Hi everyone, it's Claire from My Heart Maggie and I am back today showing you how to make these cute floral earrings using Shrinkies plastic. So let's get to it. I'm ready to make my earrings and I have everything that I need in front of me. So I have the Shrinkies. So if you've never used Shrinkies before, Shrinkies are plastic sheets, and when you heat them, you can heat them in the oven or you can heat them with a heat gun, and they twist and turn and they shrink down the design. So say you started with something this big, it would be this big by the time you'd finished. I think you really have to see them to know what I mean, but I will take you through the instructions and we'll do it together. I have my Dovecraft heat tool, which I will use for shrinking them. I've got a Fiskars circle punch, which I'll use for the shape. Got a little Fiskars hole punch that I'll use for making the hole for my earring to go through. I've got Nova acrylic paint pens, which I'll use for the design. And then I have some earring fixtures that I'll use to finish off my final design. This pack of Shrinkies cost me about £3 for 6 sheets. The sheets are roughly 13 by 10 centimetres big. You get 6 sheets per pack. And it just looks like acetate. So I've punched one out already. And all you do is you punch it out. It's quite flexible, bendable, but once you've shrunk it down, it'll be quite a substantial thickness. So I've got my hole punch. You can use dies, you can free cut, you can do whatever you like to get your shape, but I'm literally just going to put the sheet into the hole punch, give it a squeeze, and out pops the shape. So once it's shrunk down, I'm not 100% sure what size it will be yet, but it will be at least half that size and it'll be a lot thicker. Got my hole punch and I'm just going to punch a hole in the top of the Shrinky. That's quite a big hole at the moment, but it will be a lot smaller once it's shrunk down. I'm going to be using the Nova acrylic paint pens. I've used these in a video before and they are literally kind of like felt tip pens filled with acrylic paint. You can see they've got a really fine nib, so you'll be able to draw lots of detail with them. I'm going to draw some flowers onto my earrings. So I'm going to start with the centre of the flowers. I'm just going to draw some dots. Bit of orange in the centre as well, just for a little bit of extra design. I am going to have to wait until these two colours are dry, just because I'm layering paint on top of paint. You of course cannot speed up the drying process with a little bit of heat, because as soon as you add heat they'll start shrinking, so we do not want that. I might as well add the leaves while I'm at it. I'm leaving enough room for the pink to go in the middle. In between the pink, just in the blank spaces, I'll just add some little dots of purple just to fill the space. Don't forget to make the dots a little bit larger than you probably think they need to be, because they will shrink down pretty small. So we'll leave those to dry now, and then once they're dry we'll add the pink on top, and then once that's dry we're ready to start shrinking. So I've just tried one out to make sure that it's dry enough for my flower to go on top, and it is. So instead of colouring all the way over, I'm just going to start dabbing the paint so I get more of a textured look, but also it doesn't damage the colours underneath. If I pick it up and turn it over, you can see that they're pink flowers with the dots in the middle. It doesn't take very long to make these earrings, and it is quite a fun project to make. You can have numerous different designs. You can do abstract patterns, you could do hearts, you can do anything that you want really. You just got to factor in the fact that the design will shrink. So I've finished my pink sections on the earrings, and I'm going to leave that to dry again, and then once that's dry we'll come back and start shrinking. I've let my flowers dry now, and I'm back with my embossing tool. So this is basically like a hairdryer. It's a craft tool that will kick out some heat for embossing and for shrinkies. So I'm gonna turn on the heat and let you watch the magic as it happens, and then hopefully at the end of it we will have a nice earring. I've got my heatproof mat down. So this is my Dovecraft messy mat, and it's heatproof so it won't melt any of the table underneath or anything like that. So let's get going. I'm just going to quickly flatten it with just a plastic object like a ruler. When I take the ruler away, you'll see that it's set. It'll still be quite hot, so just be careful. So you can see it shrunk down to about 1.5 centimeters in diameter, and you've still got the hole that's big enough to put a jump ring through. You've got the little flower designs. You can still see some of the detail in the center of the flowers. I've done both earrings now, and you can see that when they were melting that they probably screwed up, and you thought, oh, where's this going? But they do, they crinkle right up into a ball, and then they somehow flatten out again into a nice flat design, and you end up with quite a substantial piece of plastic that will be really hard wearing. The back of the earrings is a little textured, so you could like put a little clear coat of resin on there if you wanted, or a little bit of varnish just to protect the paint from coming off. And here we have the finished items. So I hope that you enjoyed my Shrinkies earring tutorial. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you make your own, you can tag me. It's at @I_heart_Maggie on Instagram or TikTok, and I'd love to see if you make your own versions. So I will be back soon with some more craft videos. Take care.